divided by 3. Simplify 1 minus 3 divided by 3. So again we want to more simplify this term, that is 3 into 3 into 3 square. So we can write here 9 into 9 divided by 3. 1 minus 3, that becomes minus 2 by 3, and we can go to the final result, that is 9 into 9, that is 81 into 3 raised to 2 by 3. So our final answer, that is 81 into 3 raised to 2 by 3. We can write answer 81 into 3 raised to 2 by 3. We move to our next question. Our next question, that is limit x tends to 0, 1 plus x raised to 1 upon n minus 1 divided by x. So we write it first. Here limit x tends to 0, 1 plus x raised to 1 upon n minus 1 divided by x. So our first step, that is nothing but use the same power as a, and if we use same power as a, then we want to divide with without power term. So this is our first step. So we can write here limit x tends to 0, here 1 plus x raised to 1 upon n minus 1 upon n. So we write it and then use divide by x as it is. Now next step, that is divide and multiply without power term. So here limit x tends to 0, here 1 plus x 1 upon n minus 1 raised to 1 upon n, and without power term, that is 1 plus x minus 1. Same way here x divide with 1 plus x minus 1. Now time to simplify. Here raised to n, here raised to n, and here without n, but look at here denominator, here only x, so we must convert with power. So we want to simplify our denominator term, so we can write it in this way, limit x tends to 0, this term as it is 1 plus x raised to 1 upon n minus 1 upon n divided by 1 plus x minus 1 as it is. Now all divided by this x convert with 1 plus x minus 1 type form. So we can write it here in this way, 1 plus x add plus 1 and then subtract minus 1. So ultimately this x becomes 1 plus x minus 1 divided by, write this value as it is, 1 plus x minus 1. Now time to again simplify our this sum. Here 1 upon 1 plus x raised to 1 upon n minus 1 raised to 1 upon n, and here without power term, that is 1 plus x minus 1. So in this way we can simplify like using this solution, that is n raised to n minus 1. So finally here a n, that is nothing but power, and power, that is 1 upon n, put the equal to sign, a 1 upon n into a that is only 1, and n minus 1, that is power minus 1, that is 1 upon n minus 1 divided by, now this both the term are ultimately cancel out and remaining term, that is here only 1. Now again we want to simplify. Here 1 upon n as it is, here 1 raised to 1 minus n raised to n. So any value at present 1 raised to any power, we can write only 1, and finally we can got our answer, that is 1 upon n. So we write our answer, the answer that is 1 upon n. Now we move to our next question. Our next question, that is limit x tends to 2 x cube minus 8 divided by x raised to 5 minus 32. So we can write it, limit x tends to 2 x cube minus 8 divided by x raised to 5 minus 32. So our aim, that is convert this a term with its power, that is same as x. So our next step, that is limit x tends to 2, here x cube minus, here we can write 8 as a 2 cube divided by, here x raised to 5 minus, our aim to convert 32, that is a, into power, that is same as x, that is 5. So we can write here 2 raised to 5. So our first step, that is complete. Now we want to move to our next step, that is divide and multiply with its without power term, that is x minus 2, and here check this is x minus 2, so both are same. So ultimately we can divide and multiply with its without power term. So we can write limit x tends to 2, here x cube minus 2 cube divided with without power term, that is x minus 2, all divided by, here x raised to 5 minus 2 raised to 5 divided with its without power term, that is x minus 2. Now time to replace the limit, and we use this formula. This is nothing but n into a raised to n minus 1. So here n we can write equal to, when replace the limit, put the sign equal to, here n, that is nothing but 3, here a, that is nothing but 2, and n minus 1, that is 3 minus 1, that is 2, divided by, here 2 raised to 5, so n becomes 5, a becomes 2, and n minus 1, that is 5 minus 1, that is 4. Now again we want to more simplify. Here 3 by 5 we can write as it is, into this 2 raised to square, and here 2 raised to 4 we can write here 2 square, and finally we again more simplify, 3 by 5 into 2 square, that is 4, and finally we can go to an answer, that is 5 into 4, that is 20. So our final answer, that is 3 upon 20. So we can write our answer, that is 3 upon 20. Now we move to our next question. Our next question, that is based on this formula, limit h tends to 0 a raised to h minus 1 upon h equal to log a. So we write it first, our formula, limit h tends to 0 a raised to h, that is a, that is constant, minus 1 upon same power, that is h with its denominator, and the result, that is log with its constant, that is a, and don't forget the here base, that is e. And our next sum based on this equation, that is here first one, that is limit h tends to 0, 3 raised to h minus 1 upon h. So we can write it first, limit h tends to 0, 3 raised to h minus 1 divided by h. So this is the very basic sum, and just compare with our procedure, that is limit h tends to 0, same as here h tends to 0, here a raised to h, here 3 raised to h, minus sign 1 to 1, divide by h. So we can directly write the answer, that is nothing but log a, and base, that is e. So here a, that is nothing but 3, so we can write our answer, that is equal to log a value, that is here 3. No any conversion, no any extra step are required to solving this type of problem, and base, that is e. Now we move to our next question. Our next question, that is limit x tends to 0, 3 raised to 2x minus 2 raised to 3x divided by x. So we write it first, limit x tends to 0, 3 raised to 2x minus 2 raised to 3x divided by x. Now just look at our formula, that is limit h tends to 0, a raised to h minus 1 upon h, and no any value that are same based on this formula, but we want to convert it using this type of formula. So we can write it here and convert like in this way. So just put limit x tends to 0, this x, that is divide with first term, and this x divide with second term. So 3 raised to 2x divide by x minus 2 raised to 3x divide by x. Now we want to convert minus 1 here, because our aim to simplify this sum as a raised to h minus 1 divided by h. So we require here minus 1, and just now compare, here a, here 3, here h, here 2x, divide by h, here x. So we require only now minus 1. So our next step, that is limit x tends to 0, 3 raised to 2, we can just more simplify, 3 raised to 2 into 3 raised to x. We can write, if we write here minus 1, then we must add another plus 1 to simplify. Here minus, here 2 raised to 3x, here plus 1, that is we want to add. So ultimately this minus 1 and this plus 1 both are cancelled out. Again next step we want to simplify this 2 raised to 3x, that is 2 raised to 3 into 2 raised to x. You can write here x. Now again we want to more simplify, that is limit x tends to 0, here 3 raised to 2, that is constant, 3 raised to 2, that is 9, and remaining term, that is 3 raised to x minus 1 minus 2 raised to 3, that is 8 into 2 raised to x, right as it is, and plus 1 divided by x. Now again we want to simplify this step. Here limit x tends to 0, here 9, here 3 raised to x minus 1, we can write like in this way, 3 raised to x minus 1 in bracket minus here 8. Now just look at, we want to take a common sign minus because of our equation we want to require here minus sign. So here 8, so remaining term minus 8 into 2 raised to x, so remaining term here only 2 raised to x, and ultimately this plus becomes here minus. So if we take minus 8 common and minus 1 divided by x. Now again we want to more simplify, just compare with our sum with this one, a raised to h minus 1 divided by h, here 3 raised to x minus 1, ultimately this x divided by x. Same way here 2 raised to x minus 1 divided by h, that is here also division with x. So our next step, that is limit x tends to 0, 9, 3 raised to x minus 1 divided by x, this x divided with first term minus 8. We can write here limit x tends to 0, here we can write 2 raised to x minus 1 divided by x. So finally 3 raised to x minus 1 divided by x, we can write here log 1 into 9 minus 8, we can write here log 1. So finally we can write our answer, that is 9 minus 8. So this is our answer. Now we move to our next question. Limit x tends to 0, 4 raised to x minus 3 raised to x divided by x. So we can write it limit x tends to 0, 4 raised to x minus 3 raised to x divided by x. Now again just same way we want to convert this sum as our